Mojo getting off to a really nice start. That short serve by Thomas Olara trying to get the Fury out of their offensive rhythm here in the early part of set one.
Thomas Olara with her second. Quick set in the middle, handled nicely. Here come the Mojo on the attack. And that's going to be low. No touch, so the point will go to Columbus and a side out as well. They trail now 2-1.
Yeah, Morgan Lewis is the right side attacker for the Mojo. Again, she is there in place of Willow Johnson. Willow Johnson, an outstanding right side for the Mojo.
มาแล้วจ้าสวัสดีครับท่านผู้ชมที่เคารพทุกท่านครับวันนี้พบกับถ่ายทอดสดกีฬาอีกครั้งหนึ่งนะครับสำหรับคลิปนี้นะครับเราจะมาพบกับการแข่งขัน Confederation ครับของลีกอเมริกานะครับวันนี้นะครับซานดิเอโกโมโจนะครับออกไปเยือนนะครับโคลัมบัสนะครับวันนี้เราจะมาดูว่าฟอร์มการเล่นของเจของเรานะครับยังร้อนแรงต่อเนื่องหรือไม่นะครับใครที่เข้ามาแล้วอย่าลืมกดไลค์กดแชร์กด Subscribe กดติดตามกดกระดิ่งกดทุกอย่างเลยนะครับเพื่อเป็นกำลังใจให้กับเจรุษราต้อมคำด้วยนะครับหนึ่งสาวไทยนะครับหลังจากที่อาจจะมีและก็แน่นอนแล้วนะครับสำหรับปิยนุชแป้นน้อยนะครับพี่แป้นของเรานะครับจะเดินทางมาร่วมการแข่งขันนะครับ LOVB นะครับของทีม LOVB นะครับแล้วก็ชมพู่พรพันธ์เกิดปราดด้วยนะครับโอ้โหก็ต้องบอกว่าเจของเรานะครับมีน้องๆตามมาสมทบกันแล้วนะครับก็ต้องบอกว่านุสราต้อมคำนะครับเป็นพี่ใหญ่ของวงการที่จะนำพาน้องๆสู่ลีกต่างๆนะครับไม่ว่าจะเป็นลีกอเมริกานะครับหรือลีกอื่นๆนะครับซึ่งตอนนี้ก็ได้รับความสนใจเป็นอย่างมากนะครับเดี๋ยววันนี้ทางทศกีฬานะครับมีไฮไลท์ล่าสุดนะครับของทีมซานดิเอโกโมโจนะครับพบกับทีมโคลัมบัสนะครับใครมีความคิดเห็นอย่างไรคอมเมนต์ด้านล่างใต้คลิปแล้วใครยังไม่ได้กดไลค์กดแชร์กดติดตามกดกระดิ่งฝากถ่ายทอดสดกีฬาด้วยนะครับวันนี้นะครับเรามีคลิปไฮไลท์มาฝากกันเช่นเคยนะครับพร้อมแล้วไปชมกันเลยจ้า
She has gotten better in this league. That was not an attack that she had coming in to playing for the Pro Volleyball Federation.
That was a big swing, perfectly placed. That one's down the line and in for the Mojo, so they get to serve back. They lead it 5-4 in what has been a back-and-forth match here early on.
Well, everybody loves the thunderous hits, but Morgan Lewis scores on a nice off-speed shot right down the line.
And now she's at the serving line. A low-line drive serve that just cleared the tape. Nice dig in the back. Near side, Vanderweeden. And that's in front of Kip for the point. That one barely clears the net, but it does. Outside set to Thomas Ilara. Kept alive, still alive. Stringer sends it over. It's a free ball. But the rally continues. Outside, Thomas Ilara off the tape. And that'll be a point for the Mojo, who take the lead once again, 18-17.
Well, right now the Mojo is really stressing that area of the court with that B and the go over top. It's a lot of traffic in that area, really putting some pressure on the Fury block to decide who's going to get that set.
Serve from Veronica Stone outside. There's a touch, and that's a point. Nice swing and a finish by Janisha Moore. Moore, a 6-foot outside hitter from Germantown, Maryland. And she's been doing some work on that side of the court. Now it's Tori Stringer to the serving line. Stringer, 5'11" setter from Los Gatos, California. Tom Com with the bump set. Thomas Ilara takes a little something off. Stringer to the back row. Kept alive. Cooper sets it to the outside. And they can't keep it. Another point for Janisha Moore on the swing. And the Fury have a 2-point lead.
Good things happen when you cover and you play hard on defense, and that was what the Columbus Fury did in that rally. They kept the ball alive, and then Moore just goes hard after that swing, comes out with a winner.
Tori Stringer back to the serving line again. Fury with a 2-point advantage. Stringer serves it in. Tom Com quick in the middle, and it goes out. Another point for the Fury, and they lead by 3. And a timeout will be taken on the floor by the Mojo.
advantage of extra practices under their belt and competitions under their belt, you're going to see the difference. And now that the Mojo has gotten into the season here, you're seeing exactly what they're capable of.
There's a big swing by Reagan Cooper, who uses the block to her advantage. Point goes to the Fury. They get the ball back, leading 23-21. One interesting note about the Mojo is they are 0 for the season, or 1 for the season maybe, when they lose their first set. Like if they play 3 and they lose the first one, it's over. And so the Fury really looking to maybe put this one away right now. Jumper dugout, back set, off the touch. Here come the Fury, stringer to the outside. Cooper once again down, and that's a point. Vanderweide got underneath it but couldn't elevate it enough, and so the point goes to the Fury, and now it's set point for Columbus.
Yeah, tremendous shot here by Cooper. That cross court, look at how short that ball is inside the 10-foot line.
That's the kind of stuff, no matter how many times you see it, I'm just amazed by it. Dug out in the back by Velez, outside, Vanderweide. That's off the block and a point for the Mojo. They'll get the serve back as well, trailing by 2, 22-24. And Ali Bastianelli to the serving line. Outside. Big hit. Tom couldn't handle it, and the point goes to the Fury. And so does set number 1 by the final score of 25-22. So the Fury
off the net. Temi Thomas or Lara, man, looking good tonight.
Tight at the net. Bump set to the outside. Cooper cross court. Bump set. Now to the outside. Cooper again. Playing tight at the net was Jones. And that one goes too long, and so it's a side out. The point goes to the Fury, and we are tied at 1.
Let's talk a little bit about the new setter on the floor for the Mojo. Roski, I believe she's in. She's 6'1", and right now, after the first set, the Mojo kind of had a sense that the Fury was having a really easy time hitting over top of Tomcom. So we'll see if Tomcom gets back into the match or not.
Back row swing dug out. Tight to the net. That one hit the antenna, I thought.
With that ball, so she tips it. Caitlin Horde comes down off the block and plays it, and actually there's got to be a little bit more communication with the back row and the front row as to who's going to play that ball right over top of the block.
Temi Thomas Ilara with the serve. There's the second ball across, and Stringer gets the point on the setter's choice.
Perfect time to mix it up a little bit. Stringer does a really good job of seeing where the block is, where they are not, and is able to exploit the middle of the court for the Mojo.
Nicoleta Perovic to serve. Serves back row. Outside, Papa into the touch. Mojo on the attack again. Back set this time, tossed across. And it comes down on the Mojo side. Coming back to Papa, into the block, dug out. Back set. Toss deep corners, dug out. Stringer with the bump. Thomas Ilara with the dig. Back row. Roll shot. Quick one. Hammer down. Horde with the big swing. Caitlin to the rescue, and the Fury have the lead.
I'll take a look at Caitlin Horde. She's up and ready and just does such a great job of hitting outside of the range of the block for the Mojo. So great positioning along the net by Caitlin Horde.
Perovic continues to serve. Back set. That one's dug. Bumper to the outside. Reagan Cooper puts it down in front of Velez.
To be able to set your offense and be in rhythm, both tempo and location. So important to put pressure on the opposing team block. So once your setter comes off the net, well, difficult to do that.
Tap sends it short. Stringer, the back. Rosenthal on the slide play, but it's right into the block of Papa and Bastianelli, and now it's set point for the Mojo.
Papa having a lot of fun here. You just see how she's in the right spot. She's expecting the ball to get hit back into her hand so she doesn't overstep to her left.
Outside, Reagan Cooper. A little confusion for the Mojo. That one's all way off net and dug out. Stringer back row. Moore. Out of bounds, and that will be a point for the Mojo, and that takes us to the end of set number 2 as San Diego went on a little bit of a run. Got set number 2, 25-20. So it's one set apiece.
Too many changes there.
Yeah, and Reagan Cooper out there, and she's been very, very good so far tonight. And setting up to serve is Raynell Jones. So Jones, Stringer, and Moore in the back row to go along with the players that Audrey mentioned a moment ago, Rosenthal and Brovich and Cooper. Just waiting for the thumbs up here, and here we go. Set number 3, one set apiece for these two squads. Jones with the serve. Dug in the back. Bump set to the outside from well off the net, but it finds the perfect spot as Stringer came
เกม
forward.
ที่2นะครับเกมที่2จะไม่มีนุสราแล้วนะครับเกมที่2เกมที่3นะครับโดนเปลี่ยนตัวออกไปนะเพื่อเอามาบล็อกนะครับ
Serving line for them is number 9, Grace Luber.
เก็บนุสราไว้ก่อนนะครับ
Back set. Big swing for Rovich. Picks up the point for the Fury to tie it at 1.
Well, every good team has a great right side, and if Provich can keep taking swings like that, boy, this Fury team will really look good tonight. She was off the net. That's the set that she needs. A little off the net. She has a little bit of an awkward approach, but nonetheless, lots of heat behind that swing.
That ball knuckled on its descent, and that's going to go out of bounds, and be kept alive for a moment anyway. There's a free ball across. Stringer, quick one in the middle. Rosenthal into the block, and that'll be a point for the Mojo.
Mojo, they know how to opposite pin to get a point. So Valeria Papa on that left pin really saved that rally for her team.
And a tap to the serving line for the Mojo. Their lead has been cut to 4, 17-13. There's Rosenthal. Dumped across by Stringer on the second ball. That's the third time Stringer's done that. All 3 times it has worked, and the Fury get the ball right back, trailing by 3.
Yeah, Stringer has shown to be an offensive threat. She knows exactly when to attack the ball. I think setters typically have that sixth sense where they kind of know where the blocker is at all times and knows how to exploit the backcourt defense. So Stringer does it so well for the Fury.
Serving error for Reagan Cooper, puts the ball right.
I like the way they're setting Cooper. It's not right up the middle. It's slightly to the left, so it really does open up the net. But again, just a swing wide from Cooper.
Claire Felix on the serve. There's Perovich, and she puts one inside the block. Rasky and Tapp were there, but Perovich used them both and got the point.
Yeah, that's rotation 1, where the right side attacker is on serve receive and will swing on the left pin. And sometimes they don't feel all that comfortable, but Perovich feeling really comfortable. At least it looked that way on that particular swing.
Janasia Moore. There's an elevation and a kill for second hitter as Rasky goes up and sends it across, the lefty.
It's always nice when your setter is left-handed because they can take that swing and they can go hard, especially in that right back area of the court.
Stringer outside, Cooper right into the block, and that's down. And now the Mojo are 1 point away from taking the important third set. 24-19.
Yeah, here you see the block for the Mojo. Just knowing where the ball's going to go. Lines up perfectly. Timing was exceptional.
Leon with the reception. Quick in the middle. Jones off the block. And the middle hitter does the work for the Fury. 24-20 as Jones goes to the sideline and Rosenthal comes back in. And then Rosenthal goes out. Actually in for Jones is number 2, Ray Santos. And Santos will go to the serving line. Rosenthal stays in there. First time we've seen Santos tonight. Serving with the set on the line. Free one across. Outside, Cooper. Down point for the Fury. And they hang around, 24-21.
That was a great serve by Santos. And take a look at Cooper. She has hands in front of her, and that's what a good outside hitter will do. Despite the block being right in front of her face, she finds a way to score.
Loberg and Tapp were there, and she found a way to get between them. Santos serves it again. Velez with the reception. Good dig by Santos. Outside, Cooper. Cooper dug up. Velez with a bump. That is going to go out, hit the official, in fact, so that's another point for the Fury. Climbing back in, trailing by 2, 24-22.
I love Santos playing left back. She's the other setter for the Fury, so playing left back defense is not typically where she plays, but she handles that ball defensively, and her team loves it too.
Timeout on the floor. 24-22, the Mojo take it to talk it over, and so put your coaching hat on, Audrey, and tell me what's going on in each huddle right now.
Well, right now, Mojo just wants to stop this Fury. They're just kind of feeling their rhythm right now.
Pretty even.
I would say the parity is right there, right? And so this serve is really big right now. Good location.
Outside, off the touch. Moore has it. Stringer to Cooper. Cooper pounds it down. Velez digs it. Cross court, good placement, and that'll do it for set number 3 as the Mojo get the point. I believe that was number 30 on the far side who put it down, Morgan Lewis, and that gives the Mojo a 2-set.
With that cross court shot, bringing the heat and just kissing that line.
Loberg serves the back corner. Cooper comes up with it. Big swing by Perovic. Dug out nicely by Leon and sent long. So a good effort by the Mojo. Papa with the swing, but she couldn't keep it in line, and so it'll be Fury point and ball. They lead 3-2.
Yeah, missed opportunity by the Mojo there on that overpass, and she was trying to hit a sharp angle. Papa missing it wide.
So Perovic to the serving line. Perovic and Moore. And Leon, big swing off the touch. Cooper keeps it alive. They free it across. Great effort. Tight at the net. Now they're going to call an attack violation against the Mojo. The ball comes back to the Fury, leading by 2.
Well, let's take a look at this. We see the swing here, but the violation happened when this is going to swing. So that opens things up. If she can fake a swing, push to the outside, it's going to make it real difficult for this Fury block.
Going down the line, Moore trying to battle and unable to do it. The ball goes across to Raski, and it goes off of the Fury and out of bounds. So the point goes to the Mojo. Moore went up to battle, but the ball cleared the net, and I think it caught her on the way back. 11-9 Mojo. Felix from the back row. Leon with the reception. Back set. Moore into the block. Kept alive by Santos. Bump set to the outside. Big swing, too long. They're asking for a touch, and they got it. So Lewis with the swing. One of the Fury got a touch on it, and it'll become Mojo point, 12-9.
Well, what can't Lewis do? She approached on that almost like she was taking a slide approach, and she's in the back court on that back row attack. So that was a pretty impressive swing.
Tough pass. Santos kept it alive. They go across on a free ball. Here come the Fury again. Moore, big swing through the block. Point, Fury. Outside set. Into the block. Cooper keeps it alive. Jones sends it across. A little out of system there as Jones and Leon collided, and the ball went over the net, and that left the Fury with one fewer player capable of making a play, and now they're going to call for a little good housekeeping before we continue. 2019, Mojo lead it.
You know, I would say both of these coaches will probably admit that their teams are not playing crisp right now, but sometimes you got to know how to play ugly volleyball.
Yeah, that's right.
Because it's not always going to be perfect. So it's a team who can ride this little wave of ugliness out and not have as many unforced errors as their opponent.
Tight one at the net, but Santos gets the set, and Raynell Jones with the kill. Big point for the Fury, who tie it at 20.
Absolutely love the way Jones is playing tonight with these big swings and hitting angles. There is a block formed in front of her. She's not going right at the block, and that's really that subtle push from the setter to allow the middle to swing some angles. So good job, good connection between Santos.
Serves for the Fury. Raski outside, into the block. Raski. Velez. Into the block again. They keep it alive again. That time she uses it, and frustration for Santos.
And And number 12, Valeria Papa, got blocked a couple times and then just doesn't back down at all. Sees the opportunity to go off the blocker's hands. That was a huge point for the Mojo.
So, match point for the Mojo. Cooper, Santos, Moore. Jones sends it across, and net violation against the Mojo, so a point for the Fury.
Raynell Jones, not only is she an exceptional player, but she is the best type person on the floor right now. She got her team right back into this one.
24-24. Back row, off the touch. Santos keeps it alive. Leon with the bump. Moore out of bounds unless there's a touch, and the official says there is not. So the ball goes to the Mojo, who lead it 25-24. Of course, you have to win by 2.
No, but that's a swing that you want. You want to go high off the blocker's hands. You don't want to get blocked. Give yourself an opportunity to kind of wipe it off the block, and sometimes that block is there and sometimes it's not. But I like the attempt by Janae Moore on that left swing. Ooh. No block touch. I thought I saw the little pinky or the index finger. Oh.
And no block touch, so the ball goes to the Mojo. They lead 25-24.
This is rotation 1. You've got Probich on the left pin, Janae Moore on the right.
Leon. Moore into the block. Point Fury, and we're not done yet. 25 apiece.
Great set selection by Rai Santos. You set your hottest hitter, and right now, that was Janae Moore on that right pin. Cooper front row now.
And Moore at the serving line. Rasky outside. Into the block. Cooper keeps it alive. Santos. Perovich, who sends it across with a roll shot. Outside. Big swing. Dug out by Moore. Santos to Cooper. Cooper off the touch. Kept alive. Back set. Down the line. Out of bounds. Lewis can't keep it inside the lines, and the Fury have a 26-25 lead with a chance to win set number 4. Timeout on the floor by the Mojo. High drama in Nationwide Arena. It doesn't get any better than this.
Yeah, you got to call a timeout now, right? You've got to make sure that the Columbus Fury's thinking about this serve, and we'll just see here how the setter Rai Santos plays this out should they get an opportunity to transition.
Starts with this serve, and Moore sends it across. Outside, dug out by Moore. Santos to Cooper. Into the block. That's a point for the Mojo, and we are tied at 26.
There were no other options. Santos was off the net. Raynell Jones got caught at the net, so she was not an option offensively.
Rasky with the serve. Outside, Cooper. Point, Fury, Reagan Cooper.
And I love the swagger of Cooper right now. She feels unstoppable. That is a great shot. High over top of the tremendous looking block in front of her, yet she finds a way to score.
Raynell Jones to the serving line with a chance to send us to number 5. And she sends it too long. Serving error gives it back to the Mojo, tied at 27. Jones comes out. Leon comes in. Loberg serves. Moore, Santos, Cooper off the touch. Rasky outside. Into the net. Point Fury, and they're back up again. 28-27. Go ahead.
This is a gritty Fury team right now. Again, just a mishit there by the Mojo, but Fury playing so well together right now as a unit of 6 on the court.
Perovich to serve. Good reception by Loberg. Down the line. Leon keeps it alive. Santos, Cooper tight to the net. Back set. Big swing. Moore comes up with it. Santos outside to Cooper. Cooper too strong. And the point and the serve back to the Mojo, tied at 28.
When they make Janasia Moore go to the ground to play defensively, she's no longer a back row attack option. So now, you only have a one-headed monster, and that's Cooper.
Quick when Rosenthal. Bump set for Rasky from the back row. Pushed across, point to the Mojo. Rosenthal goes hard to the ground as the Mojo take the lead, 29-28. Match point here.
A little tip scores just a defensive lapse right now for the Fury.
Santos comes over to talk to the floor official and said she didn't catch it.
That's not a replayable call, though, so that call is going to stand. So whether or not it was a throw or a tip that didn't quite look great, didn't really matter. Grace Loberg just took the ball open-handed and just an easy tip. I didn't think that there was anything weird about that, other than that she wasn't at a max jump when she did it. So it was really a defensive just lapse there by the Fury.
When you're tied up 28-28, playing for the chance to win your final match at home, you'll ask, you'll beg, you'll do what you have to do.
Absolutely, nothing wrong with that.
28-29 or 29-28, I should say. Mojo leading the Fury. Timeout is on the floor. The mobsters doing their work, making sure the floor stays clean. And when we come back, the Mojo will be serving for the match. It's Cooper and Moore and Leon, Perovich, Rosenthal, and Santos on the floor for the Fury. And it's number 8, Hannah Tapp to the serving line. Tapp way long, and we are tied at 29.
It'll be interesting to see the breaking point of either team right now. Mental fatigue sets in, and you just kind of wonder who is going to come out of this with 2 back-to-back positive plays. We see a little change up here. Stringer going in to serve. An interesting substitution as Cooper's no longer an offensive threat in the backcourt.
Stringer set. Perovich and Leon are in the back with her. Good serve. Back set. The block is out of bounds as Moore got her hands on it but couldn't keep it in play. Side out to the Mojo. And again, it's match point, and Cooper comes right back in to replace Stringer. Number 30, Morgan Lewis to the serving line for the Mojo. Moore. Santos out to Moore. Off the touch. Rasky keeps it alive. Bump set to the outside. Dinked across, no man's land, and the Mojo get the win.
โอ้โหจบเกมไปแล้วครับโอ้โหก็ต้องบอกว่าพลิกไปพลิกมานะครับสำหรับซานดิเอโกโมโจครับ24-24นะครับโอ้โหนำมาก่อนนะครับ24-23นะครับแล้วก็มาโดนโคลัมบัสนะครับแซงขึ้นนำนะครับ28-27นะครับโอ้โหพลิกไปพลิกมาจริงๆครับเหลือจะเชื่อครับซานดิเอโกโมโจไม่มีนุสรานะครับเซตที่2ที่3ครับเซตที่4นะครับโอ้โหนี่ครับ31-29นะครับเพื่อนๆใครที่ยังไม่ได้กดติดตามกด Subscribe นะครับฝากกดติดตามกดกระดิ่งด้วยนะครับทางถ่ายทอดสดกีฬาจะนำไฮไลท์มาฝากกันเช่นเคยนะครับโมโจไม่มีนุสรานะครับเซตที่2ที่3นะครับเซตที่4นะครับโอ้โหนี่ครับ31-29นะครับเพื่อนๆมีความคิดเห็นอย่างไรครับสำหรับเกมนี้โอ้โหไฮไลท์ช็อกเลยครับวันนี้ขอบคุณทุกการติดตามมาโดยตลอดรักทุกท่านคิดถึงทุกคนอย่าเจ็บอย่าจนร่ำรวยตลอดไปเจอกันในคลิปต่อไปนะครับสำหรับคลิปนี้ลาไปก่อนสวัสดีครับ